Poppy and Bella. A Puppy's Diary. Hi, my name is Poppy. I'm 2 years old.
I'm Poppy's baby sister, Bella. I'm only 1 year old.
She doesn't look like me, though, because she has spots, and I'm just all brown. We were adopted, and that's okay with me. My mommy and daddy love Bella and me the same as their own kids. My daddy calls me Mr. Puppy.
My daddy calls me Bella the baby.
Grown-ups call us dachshunds, but we love it when kids call us hot dogs. Do you know why we're called hot dogs? I think my sister Bella can be a little annoying because sometimes she cries when she doesn't get her way. And she always takes my chew toys without asking me. It's okay though, I don't fight with her. I'm a big boy and she's my baby sister.
We have a great family. We have a mommy, a daddy, a sister named Anne Marie, a brother named Michael, and a half-sister named Pokey. She's a cat, though.
When we first became part of the family, we thought it would be weird having a cat as a sister because Bella and I couldn't understand the way she talked.
Even though we are different, we get along. She naps in front of the fireplace, and we nap on Daddy's chair.
We look forward to doing this, especially in the morning when we first wake up and late at night before going to bed. Bella and I go to the bathroom outside, not like Pokey. Pokey goes to the bathroom in a box. That's gross.
We have a cool way of telling our family when we have to go outside.
I stand on my hind legs and Bella scratches the door.
Sometimes when it's cold outside, I wish I could go in a box.
Mommy puts warm clothes on us when we have to go out so we don't get sick. As you can see, my sweater fits me fine.
But my jacket is too big for me. That's because I'm still a little baby.
Daddy says when she grows up, it'll fit her better, but I think she looks funny. We have a pool and we like to go swimming when it's hot outside. We swim with our brother Michael and our sister Anne Marie. They let Bella and I race from one side to the other.
Sometimes Poppy doesn't like to get wet, but I like to swim all the time.
I just like to lie in the sun and eat grass. Sometimes I'll find a ball and chew the cover off until it pops. The only problem is that we have to buy a new one when it pops, which Daddy sometimes doesn't do.
We were happy when we moved in with our new family because there were some kids on our block.
There's Raven next door. My dad calls him a black lab. And then there's Reggie, who lives next door to him. He's a really big dog with long legs, but he's just a puppy like us. We sometimes go under the fence to see Raven, and then we all go through the next fence to see Reggie.
Reggie is too big to go through the fences, so we have to go over his house to play.
When we play, we like to run around and yell at each other. Bella doesn't play because she's so young. She's funny. She complains to us all the time about how much she wants to be included, but when we do, she just sits against the wall and watches us.
We're luckier than most dogs. Our backyard has a lot of grass and trees. The grown-ups call it a golf course, but to us, it's a huge place that we would like to explore someday.
Sometimes, though, as we found out, it is not a good idea to explore without your mommy and daddy knowing where you're at. Let me tell you what happened. Last summer, Bella and I were lying in the grass smelling the air while Daddy cooked hamburgers for lunch. There were a lot of people walking on the golf course, and we would get up and try to talk to them, but they didn't want to talk to us.
Mommy gets mad at us when we try and talk to the golfers. She calls the way we talk barking and says we can be loud. Mommy knows what's best for us, and she has always said not to talk to strangers and never walk away by ourselves.
Sometimes Bella and I get so excited, though, we forget. While I was waiting for my lunch and watching the family play in the pool, Bella got up to say hi to some golfers who were walking down the hill. When the golfers wouldn't come over to the fence to say hi back to her, Bella forgot the rule of not walking away by herself.
I decided to wiggle under the fence and introduce myself to them.
Now I knew that Bella shouldn't have gone without telling Mommy and Daddy where she was going, so I went after her to bring her back home. Bella was running full speed down the hill, and I was running behind her trying to catch up. When we got to the bottom of the hill, the golfers were gone, and suddenly we didn't know where we were or how to get back home. We were both scared and out of breath. The golf course was much bigger than I thought. It was a nice place to be because we had a lot of room to run around, but all of a sudden I didn't want to be there anymore. There were strange animals, small and big, walking and flying around and above us. They were all yelling at us in a language we couldn't understand. All I could think about was how much I wanted to go home. I was scared and I missed my family.
I told Poppy I was sorry for getting us in this mess, and that all I wanted was to get back home, wherever that was.
Nothing looked or smelled familiar to me. I didn't want to tell Bella, but I was really scared, and it was starting to rain. Just then, I heard Reggie calling my name, so I grabbed Bella and we ran as fast as we could towards his voice.
We ran through trees, jumped over a creek, and ran up the hill for what seemed to take forever.
When we got to Reggie's house, his mommy helped us crawl under the fence and into their backyard. That's where Bella and I saw our mommy and daddy. My first thought was that they were going to be mad. In fact, I looked at Daddy first before knowing what to do. Do you know what they did? Both Mommy and Daddy picked us up off the ground and hugged and kissed us.
We were so cold, it felt good. It felt good that they were not mad, but it also felt good to be held and feel safe again.
I could tell they were mad, but they hugged and kissed us instead of yelling at us.
Mommy said she was worried about us and that we should never leave without telling her where we are going.
She said, "The world is a big place for two little dogs. Even though we wanted to explore, we should do it together as a family and not by ourselves."
Okay, Mommy, I said. We were so tired. All we wanted to do was rest and lay down in front of the fireplace to get warm.
Bella and I learned a very valuable lesson.
Do you know what it was?
The lesson we learned is that we should always listen to our parents.
Mommy and Daddy always told us not to talk to strangers and to never walk alone without our family.
I never knew why, but now I know. If your parents don't know where you are, they can't help you if you're in trouble.
We got in trouble, and Mommy and Daddy couldn't help us.
But everything is fine now. I know Bella and I learned our lesson. I hope you learned a lesson from hearing our story. Until next time.
Wag it if you got it.